Okay, class, so here's a very quick video on lattice points and how to actually calculate or find the slope of 2 points that are graphed, or even if you have a graph on a coordinate grid and you're being asked to find the slope. Let's look at how you can do that. So please take note of the website and make certain that you use this. I've also put this in your Teams folder so that you can come back to it. Okay, so I'm just going to randomly place some points in some places. What I want you to notice is that I'm going to use what I call lattice points. Lattice points are the corners of where the grid lines meet. It makes it easier to count. So I'm going to put one right here. They called it point A. I'm going to go back up here and click on it again. They're going to give me a new point, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so I just made something up. I have no idea what the slope is. Remember that you only need 2 points to define a line. So I'm going to come up here to this line segment. I would actually like to use a long line and not a segment, but this is fine. So I'm going to click on that and connect points B to A. Okay. So you see that there. So now I have a line or a line segment, and it has slope. The question is, how do I find it? So what you're going to do is you're going to look for lattice points along this line. You want to find the 2 lattice points that are closest to each other. It just so happens that I did a very strange set of points here where they look like they're the only set of lattice points. Let's just check. So if I just ride along this line with my cursor, see if I come to another corner. Right here, we're very close to a corner, but nope, that's not. So that's not a lattice point. Do not stop there. Continue, continue, continue. Nope, actually didn't get to one until I hit B. So this is kind of an anomaly. Most of the time, there's another one somewhere in between. But since I created it this way, what we're going to use are what we call triangles or similar triangles to find the area. Now, direction is extremely important, okay? So if you're starting with point B and traveling to point A, what we're going to pretend is that these grid lines are roads, and you may only drive on the roads to get from point B to point A. Okay, so some of you may be asking, well, what if I want to go from point A to point B? That's a great question. We will do both. So if I want to go from point B to point A, what I want to do is I'm going to get a line segment. I'm going to start at point B, and I'm going to travel up the road until I'm on the same row as point A. I'm going to stop right there. So you see that it created another point. Now, I don't get to write on this, but I'm going to count how many blocks I went, okay? And the way we count the blocks is start at the corner. Do not count 1 at your starting point. That's not 1. So when I leave it and I hit the next corner, that's when you start to say 1. So here we go. And direction is important. I'm going up, with this, which is a positive direction. So I'm going up 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 5 blocks. So if I could write on this screen, I would put a positive 5 right here next to this line segment. So I went up 5. Now, I'm going to go which direction to get to that A? Right or left? Because that's very important. I'm going to the right. If I go from point C to A, I'm going to the right. That's also a positive direction. And so I'm going to connect C to A. So now we need to count how many blocks we've driven. Remember not to count point C as 1 space. So we're going to count the corners, leaving C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I could actually write on this screen, I would have a positive 5 going upwards and a positive 7 going to the right. And so my slope here would be 5 divided by 7. Okay, that would be the change, my vertical change that's up or down, divided by my horizontal change, that's left and right. So since both of my directions in driving here on this coordinate plane were positive directions, my slope is positive. So it's up 5, right 7, that's 5/7. So we're going to try this again with a couple of other points, but try to do this with the examples that you're given on your homework. And let me know what you think.